Hello and welcome to Gaga Knits. My name's Anita and I live in South Wales, and this is where I like to share the crafty things I've been up to with you. So I hope you've had a nice few weeks since we spoke last. It has been busy here. I have been to see Jack's school concert, and I have had a weekend away in London with my friend Paula. And last night some ladies from work came over and I made a nice lasagna and we had a little crafty night, and I've forgotten the thing that I made, so I'll get that in a minute to show you. And also I thought I'd give you a little tour of Seren the Campod. So this is before I've done anything to it. It's just as she is on the drive, and we've had her for 2 weeks now, and it's the first time I've been able to go in there in the daylight because I've been working and away and it's been dark every time I've come home. So I've got 2 projects to share with you and some plans that I want to make. It is Friday the 13th of December today, and Tuesday, this Tuesday coming is my work's Christmas lunch, and we're going to wear our Christmas jumpers to do our Christmas jumper day there and raise some money for charity. And I want to finish my Christmas jumper and make a skirt or dress by Tuesday, and it's Friday. And this morning I need to do the food shop, and this afternoon I need to visit my mum because I didn't go yesterday. And also I want to change all the beds because the boys, my grandson's coming tomorrow, and I want to make it all Christmassy and put Christmas bedding on. So, and I want to do this video. So many things, but I'm thinking with this video, I might not have time to edit it and put it up today. So I might do this bit and do some more in a week or two, and then have a whole festive episode, or if I'm lucky, I will get it done, but I'll have to see. So let's just show you the projects I'm getting on with first. So the first one is now a crochet project, which was a knitting project. And I'm making it with my advent calendar, which is all in this bag. My yarn advent from Ellie at CrafthouseMagic. Now originally, and I did start posting on Instagram, I was going to do the Scrapinachi shawl by Make Do Vintage. So I was opening an advent, little yarn skein every day and trying to knit it up. And I really do like this shawl, and I'm going to still make it, but I'll show you the schematics. That should be fine to show you that. That's the first few sort of steps, triangles, and it's based on the Fibonacci theory, which is each part is double the part before, something like that. But I got to, I think this one, and my 20-gram DK skein wasn't enough to do the whole triangle. And I want to do it that each triangle is a different colour. So I'm going to do that again after Christmas, but make sure I've got enough yarn to do each triangle. So then I scrapped that. Then I decided I would do a granny stripe. No, not a granny stripe. So a half granny square, so sort of granny triangle shawl. And I undid that one, started doing that, and it did look really nice, but I was a bit worried that again, as the triangle got bigger, that I would run out of a complete skein and then it wouldn't look right. So I will make another one of those, but with enough yarn. Now I've settled on one of the ones that I had in the video I did that a few videos ago, which was about if you had a DK weight advent calendar, yarn advent calendar, what to make with it. And one of the crochet, so I think I did 5 crochet and 5 knitting project ideas, but one of the crochet ones was the Just Feel Festive Shawl, which, well, you can't really see much of it there. I have to fold. It's a paid for pattern, but it was $1, so under £1, but still is paid for, so I'll fold that over. So there's some images of it, and it is designed for an advent calendar, and it is basically, if I hold this bit, you can see it's a granny stripe shawl crocheted on the angle. So each stripe, I'm doing 2 for each one, will be the same length. So I can guaranteed I've got enough yarn. And if it doesn't make it very long by the time I get to 24, I can do them again because there's quite a bit left. And because this is the 3rd project I've done out of the Advents, I've gone, I'm way behind. I was hoping to do whatever project I was to do every day, but managed to open the Advents every day, but that's it. So this is how far that I've got. So it's on the angle. It's a bit hard to show you. I mean, let me take I'll take the crochet hook out. So you've got an angled end, and then on the other end it's pointing the other way, so it's going that way. Well, they're both going the same way, obviously. It's very confusing, but anyway, that's all I've done. And I have got 12 other mini skeins in there, all rolled up and back in their little bags. What I'm doing is each skein I open, the little tag, so the little bits of yarn that hold the skein together, one of those I'm tying around each one, so you know what they are. Oh, that one upside down. So you know which colour is. For some reason I want to do them in order of the colours, because I think Ellie's very carefully chosen the colours to all sort of blend. So I'm going to use her expertise. So with all the leftovers that I don't put in this shawl, if I make something else, I'll also try and put those in order, because I just like it. And then the other project you all know about is my Betty and Judy Lodge sweater. This second sleeve has been a nightmare, and I'm that far. So it's not too bad because I have done all the short rows and the sort of little detail here, and now I'm just knitting down, and every 10 rows you do a decrease row, and knitting all the way down to the cuff. And then I've just got to add a little bit of colour work and a white cuff. Now the only white yarn I've got left is this, and it's Aran, so I'm hoping I'll have enough. And I need to wear this Tuesday, so I need to crack on with this, but I can do this. Like I say, the boys are coming this weekend, but I can do that in the evenings when they're here and everything. It's the skirt or dress that's going to take the time. So I'm going to finish that because I should have been doing that, but once I started opening the Advent, I wanted to work on that, and I love doing that Scrapanachi shawl, but like I say, I want the triangles to be the whole colour, at least until you get to the really long bits where I want it to be stripy. So there's that. And then the skirt or dress, I haven't decided, or I might do a pinafore because it would use less fabric. Now my sister-in-law is going to cringe at this. She'll need to go and have a lie down after she's seen this, because there's a lady on Instagram I follow, and her mum made her a skirt out of a Primark Christmas tablecloth, and it looked really nice. And Jodie's friend was going into Cardiff, so my daughter's friend, and Jodie told her about it, and she picked me up very kindly the tablecloth, and also one for Jodie, because Jodie would like me to make her a Christmas apron next year. So I've washed and ironed it. Isn't it lovely? It's quite thick, so it's just lovely quality. Be nice as a tablecloth, funny enough. But I'm going to make a skirt. Now I've got a couple of ideas of what I would like to make, but I've got to see how much fabric I've got. So that's the plan. I haven't even decided on the pattern, and I need to make it by Tuesday. So I don't know if I'll get to it or not, but I'm going to try. So generally what I've been up to, I went to see Jack's concert. Like I said, he had a line in it. I can't put any pictures because obviously there's other children in it, and so you can't do that. But it was very lovely. Harry's gone up to the comp now, so he wasn't there, which was a bit sad, but Jack was very enthusiastic with the songs. It was about aliens that crash land on Earth, and while they're waiting for their spaceship to be fixed, they meet a group of school children who are on their way to do their practice or rehearsal for their Christmas play, which is all about the nativity, so they learn about that. So well, it was sort of nativity themed, but it was all good fun, and Jack had a lovely time, and so did we. And then last weekend I went to London with my friend Paula. So Storm Dara was hitting Wales. Thank you as well. I had some messages on Instagram asking me if I was all right, because people know I live in South Wales. Our part of South Wales was fine, fortunately, but I wasn't here anyway. I was in London. So it didn't really hit London, the storm, but it did kind of scupper our plans. So Paula and I went on a coach trip, and it was for the Hampton Court Festive Fair. So we went on the Friday. We were going to Hampton Court on the Saturday, and then the driver was going to drop us in Covent Garden on the Sunday, do a bit of shopping and pick us up and bring us home. And they had combined 2 trips. So some other people on the coach were going to Kew Gardens on the Friday night to see the lights, and then they had 2 days free in London. So the whole trip was a disaster, but we had a lovely time and we just had a laugh and it was fine. So we went up on the Friday. My phone wouldn't charge, so I was a little bit worried about it running out of battery, because I had to message Martin on the way home to pick us up. So there was that, but I managed to have enough battery life till I came back, so that was fine. Then we were unpacking our bags in our room, and I thought I had forgotten to pack any spare knickers, but they were there amongst other things, so that was fine. That was all right. So Friday night we went out, we went for a little walk. Well, a long walk. We were staying in Knightsbridge, and we walked down to Harrods and had a look around there. I did take some photos of some of the shop fronts. I didn't Harrods because it was very busy, and although the actual building above was decorated nicely, their window display was really plain. It was sort of cream and white and not Christmassy at all. I don't know why they were doing that, because the other shops were fab. But so we went there, and then we decided we would be going over to the Winter Wonderland, and we'd spend the evening there and have our meal there and everything. So we went over about 5 o'clock, and they said you had to pay to get in, which was fine. It was £5 each. So you had to go and queue at this kiosk. So we were queuing over there until about 5:45, and then a man came along saying all the tickets were sold out, no more tickets, you couldn't get in. And I didn't realise that was a thing. It's in Hyde Park, it's huge, so it's open till 10 at night, and this was, well, we'd started queuing at 5:15, so we couldn't get in. So we said, it doesn't matter, we'll go to Hampton Court on the Saturday, and if we're back in time, we'll go over to that. And we said we could actually book the tickets online to make sure that, they don't run out. So we wandered around for a little bit, went for something to eat, went back to our hotel, bumped into some ladies who'd been to the Kew Gardens light festival they were going to. They had a lovely time, and I said, oh, that's great. And I said, well, we're really looking forward to Hampton Court tomorrow. And they said, well, I think that's been called off because of the weather warning. I was, what? And anyway, so we all had to meet at 10 the following morning for our coach. And yes, the coach driver said Hampton Court had been closed because of the weather warning, and so had Winter Wonderland. So there was no point booking that. So he said he would take us down into London to Covent Garden, and what they would do, Hampton Court was open on the Sunday, so he would arrange with the office to transfer our tickets to the Sunday. And some of the ladies and gentlemen who'd come on the trip to go to Kew asked whether they could also get tickets and go, and he said he would arrange with the office for that. So we decided, well, we'll do Covent Garden and all that on the Saturday instead, and then we'll do Hampton Court Sunday. So that was fine. I bought some things. So I really like Covent Garden. They've got some of the stalls are, well, most of the stalls I think are sort of handcrafters and things like that. I did buy a couple of things I can't show you because I bought something for my dad and stepmom for Christmas, and I know Dad watches, so I can't trust him to turn away, so I'm not going to show that. And something for the Doll's House family because I know Jack watches, and you know, it's for the Doll's House family Christmas, and he can't see it either until the day. But there was a lovely stall, a lady making things with offcuts of wood. She was so clever, and I bought a pot stand, and it's made out of all the little different rings of wood, and then she's filled it with something so tactile, it's beautiful. And when the girls came over for craft night, Paula bought me some flowers, so I put the vase on there, which looks very nice. And that was £15, really well made, because she said she gets all the offcuts free from the uni or the college that she used to go to. So she only charges for her labour and her other materials. So very, very reasonable. And she's not online, unfortunately. So if you want anything from her, you'll have to go to Covent Garden. And these two, which are coasters, and I thought they would look very nice in Seren, the Campod, because when I show you the tour, you won't see, but there's two little square tables that you can put in the middle instead of one large table. And I thought these would be a nice centerpiece for each one because they are wood. And then when we have a cup of tea, we can use them for our tea. And they are a little bit like a star. And as I said last time, Seren is Welsh for star because she's our little wandering star. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing again. So they are it for in there, and these were £5, and she's connected them all together with all the different colours of wood. Absolutely beautiful. So we went round Covent Garden, did, and you know, some of the other shops, got back on the coach, and the driver said, I've got some good news and some bad news. Good news is I've managed to swap all your tickets to Sunday for the Hampton Court, and the people who requested extra tickets, we've got those as well. The bad news is they've closed it on Sunday as well. So I don't think he really should have worded it that way myself, because we were like, oh yay, and then oh god. Anyway, so he said, so it looks like you're coming to Covent Garden again tomorrow, and we don't want to go again, we've been already and it's so busy. And then he said what he would do is, for some people, if they wanted to, he would drop us at the top of Oxford Street on Sunday and we could walk down that way and meet him. And I thought, well, that's good, because I really wanted to go and have a look at Fortnum and Mason, because I've never been in there before, and it's at that end. So he dropped us there about 10:30 on Sunday, and it was drizzling. And then we found out that none of the shops in London on a Sunday open until 12, which is really surprising. Christmas time as well, and London. I mean, in Cardiff, they maybe open at 11, some at 10, but not 12. So anyway, so we were walking past sort of Selfridges and all the big shops, looking at the displays, but none of them were open. And then we did go to Fortnum and Mason. They opened at 11:30 for browsing. There was huge queues in both directions to get in. But we got in, absolutely heaving, had a look around. I really wanted to buy a Christmas decoration of the famous, they're famous for their Christmas hampers. So they have wicker Christmas hampers with food in, which cost an absolute fortune. And they've got an F&M on them. And I don't know if you know, or if you've seen sometimes people who show their houses and that will keep the Fortnum and Mason wicker basket out, and I don't know, it's just a thing. And I wanted to get the Christmas decoration one if they had one. a hanging one for the doll's house, because I thought, well, I'd take it off the little hanger and they'll have a little wicker Fortnum and Mason hamper in the doll's house because they're rather posh there. So we did find one, and they did do one, and it was £25 for this little wicker hamper that wasn't even really very well made. So I said, you know, I would rather go on a wicker making course for £25 and make my own. So needless to say, the doll's house aren't having one of those. And then we got down to the coach in time. It was parked right next to a Costa, so we had some lunch there. Got on the coach at 2 to come home. Driving through London, we went over the bridge on the Thames, and where you go over the bridge and not Westminster. The Houses of Parliament were on the left and the London Eye's on the right, and there was a anti-Semitism demonstration, so all the roads were blocked. We must have crossed the Thames about 4 times, different ways. It took us an hour to get out of central London because of this protest. It was chaos. And then we were on our way, and the driver said he estimated we'd be in Newport by 20 past 7, something like that. But the English side of the Severn Bridge, or not the Severn Bridge, the King Charles, whatever they call the new Severn Bridge, there was an 8-mile queue. I think there'd been an accident on the bridge, and maybe there was roadworks as well, and it was stop, 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 stop. Oh. By the time we got to where we were picked up, 9 o'clock, and they still had, poor bus still had to drive on to Swansea. So yes, it was 7 hours on the coach getting home. So but we had a good time, we had a laugh. And I forgot to say, so near our hotel there was a Waterstones, so we had a little look around there, and I bought some books and not an advent calendar, just a 2025 calendar for myself because it was so cute. So I thought I'd share those. I bought a book for Martin. He likes the Paul Whitehouse and Bob Mortimer fishing program. And then there's a book here from Ted, who was, I think it was Paul Whitehouse's dog. He was in the first few series, but he sadly passed away. But he's done, Ted, a porter biography, My Adventures on Gone Fishing. So I thought he'd enjoy that, but just a bit of fun. I was going to keep it for Christmas as an extra present, but I couldn't. I gave it to him in the end. So there's that. And then it was buy one, get one half price. So I got The Wrong Sister by Claire Douglas. And I have had her books before, and they're quite enjoyable. So I haven't got very far, a little bit in. Because by the time I get to bed, I'm quite tired. I read a few pages and out like a light. And then the calendar is Bramley Hedge. And it's beautiful. Now, I did have all the books for Jodie when she was little, but she wasn't really into them, and I think I gave them away, and I'm kicking myself now because I should have just kept it for me because the pictures were really nice in it. But you get every month, obviously, and there, if you could see some of the pictures. And they're so nice. So I'm guessing they're this size. So what I thought is after next year, I will keep them all and get a picture frame. And I don't think I would change them every month, but every now and then thought I could just put whatever month's picture in the frame. So it'll keep on working for itself, because it was £10.99, which is quite a lot, isn't it, for a calendar? But that's very nice. So that's all good. So yes, that's everything I've been up to. It's been a bit busy. Now the boys are coming over, my grandsons, tomorrow to stay for the weekend. We're taking them to see a showing of The Snowman. So it's the video or the film, but there's an orchestra playing the music. So we're going to watch that. And although I put the tree up yesterday for the girls coming over for craft night, I've put tinsel on it. I know tinsel isn't everybody's thing, but I love tinsel. I've got it draped over some pictures around my Grandma's Singer sewing machine. And draped over things, and Clarence, the Christmas post box, he's got a bit. And Ruby, my rubber plant, didn't want to be left out, but she didn't look right in tinsel, so she's got some fairy lights on her. But they're going to, so the boys come in tomorrow anyway. After we've been to the show, they're going to put all the little decorations on for me. We're going to make a gingerbread house and just have a nice Christmassy time really. They're going to stay the night, and then on the Sunday, rather than take them home, we're going to travel up to my dad's, so they're great granddads, and my stepmom's, and we're going to go have lunch with them and take Louis the dog for a walk, things, and Jodie and Matthew are going to meet us there, and we're going to pass the children over to them and come home. So quite a busy time we're having. I'm just going to pop up and show you the what I made in the craft night. Won't be a moment. So I made a little basket of stuff for everybody. I said don't bring anything. I had cardstock, paints, glitter, obviously glitter, some little wooden ornaments you could make, some cross stitches, oh I don't know, all sorts of things. I was gathering things from everywhere, and so two of the girls decided to make some wooden ornaments, and I didn't take any photos. I didn't think to take photos of anything, and we just had a really lovely time. And I found a little cross stitch, you know, the little kit ones you can buy at Christmas time. One of those had already been started, so I think Jodie did it. So she had done all the cross stitch, and it just needed the outlining doing, which I love anyway. And they come in these little cards, or you stick them in the card. And then I just added some French knots to fill in that gap. So I thought that was quite nice. So I'm going to see if Jodie did make it, but I'm going to hopefully give this card to my mum, because she always does cards like, you know, to my daughter and all those. And I always tell her not to because they're really expensive. So I thought, well, this is a special one, isn't it? Handmade. And then I just put a little stamp inside. And it does have an envelope, so that was her present. That's all I did. We were there for hours, but we had a nice time, and I think we're going to make it a tradition every Christmas. They're going to come over for a meal, and we'll do some crafting. So that was fun. Right, I'm going to pop off now because I need to go and do the well, not the Christmas shopping, but the food shop, the dreaded food shop. I've got a list, so that's fine. And I will pop on the end here the video of the Campod, the inside. So this is the before I've done anything to it. And hopefully soon I can do another one showing you all the little tweaks we've done to make it our own. But she is beautiful. She's like a TARDIS. She looks quite small on the outside, but she's quite roomy on the inside. So if I don't do another video, or I should come back on. I'm hoping to come back on later to show you my knitting progress and skirt. But I might try and do another episode before Christmas. So this might be it. Actually, I think, yes, this will be it, and then I'll do another one in a week or two, just to well, 2 weeks. Will it be over? Christmas might be over. I'll try and do another video just before Christmas, because I do appreciate most of you, I expect, are watching the Vlogmases, really enjoying them, but I've fallen way behind with those as well. So I've got lots of viewing to do, and I want to watch them all before Christmas, because as soon as it's Christmas and that's over, I don't want to watch them then. Thinking of the new year, not the last year. So have a lovely few weeks, and I hope your Christmas preparations are going well, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.